Okay, so Dean McDermott is revealing what led to his split with Tori Spelling. Dean gave a bombshell interview to the Daily Mail. He said he's been in and out of AA for 30 years due to his addiction to alcohol and drugs, and said his alcoholism led to rage-filled arguments with Tori. He said he would pass out and Tori would have to check on him to make sure he was still alive. Dean, who shares 5 kids with Tori, also said he was so low that he wanted to die. Now, in the interview, he said, quote, "All Tori's ever done to this day is want me to be happy and healthy, and I inflicted a lot of damage and pain on that woman. Now, I'm taking accountability for that today, and it's the biggest amends that I'm ever going to have to make." He also revealed he and Tori have not slept in the same bed since 2017 because Tori brought multiple dogs and a pig into their bedroom. There was also a chicken in the bathroom. Okay.
You can't just skip over that.
Yeah. I didn't skip over it.
Yeah.
I just think that's an afterthought of the bigger
because of the
conversation.
pig in the bed. Yeah, I mean, yes. You know, because this is 2 different stories, but it's the same story, and I think it affects so many. It'll affect so many couples because there's kind of the silly story of pets in the bed and where's the dog sleep, and there's a real story about alcoholism and how it impacts so many families, and it crosses over socioeconomic and racial lines, and it can be you drinking out of hard liquor out of a paper bag under a bridge, or it can be you and the girls having 2 bottles of wine on the patio. Either one is alcoholism. One just looks a little bit cuter than the other one. So I think both of these things can destroy and affect relationships, and they need to be addressed. And I also think, as silly as it sounds, Jeff, I don't know how long I can keep riding with a pig. I think
would that be a deal breaker for you? A pig in the bed?
You need to ask me that.
What if you were in the country?
There's a pig in the bed and a chicken in the bathroom and dogs everywhere. Listen, I'm not making fun of alcoholism, but I might start drinking too.
Yeah.
You know,
Jeffrey.
Not Jeffrey. You could take the serious side of this. I'm going to take the hot goss, okay?
Yeah.
A pig in my bedroom is disgusting. Farm animals inside my house is disgusting. I don't care what's going on. You go get yourself help, and maybe the farmer should go get help too.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this is a big deal.
I actually, listen, I think the zoo in the bed is a symptom of something much greater. I think a lot of times alcoholics and their codependent partners attract one another, and they're both sick and they both need help. I commend him for getting help. That also, too, would mean if it is one of those typical relationships to addiction, that would mean Tori Spelling would need help too, whether that's through Al-Anon or ACA. So I just hope that they're happy, but you know, let's put the alcoholism aside. Would Anthony ever be okay with you just having Spike in the bed? I don't know if you guys even have your own dog in the bed.
Well,
where does Spike live?
Spike has multiple little beds around the house.
That means her bed.
He decides where he's
Does he ever go in y'all's bed?
Sometimes he gets on the bed.
Okay.
Generally, it's Anthony's doing.
Okay.
It took a long time before I was comfortable with the idea of a dog on the bed, and I was like never in the bed, just on the bed, and then we negotiated that way. But there have been times where I've woken up and all of a sudden I'm like there's Spike. But I mean, Spike is like, he's a member of the family.
And I love it. I sleep with
He's also 4 pounds.
He's a tiny dog, and he's
just a big dog.
And I can't. He carries the spirit of Aunt Fran.
I'm going to say this. You said negotiated. You and Anthony love each other. It's probably a pretty easy negotiation. I think there's going to be a lot of relationships that are affected because people are so close with their dogs.
I love
that
my
when
dog.
Somebody comes in and they're like, "Hey, Erica, we started dating. I'm living here now. What's up with the dog in the bed?" And I think it'll be the dog. Oh, matter of fact, there's a commercial in the air right now.
That's not true. My husband is totally okay with Scruffy being in the bed with us.
That's your husband, though. I'm talking about just starting off.
Oh, a new relationship.
Do you remember like going on dates and like you'd go over to someone's house and you're like, "Oh my God, is that Peaches? What's up, Peaches?" And in your head you're like, "Get away from me."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how long do I gotta pet this
never-
dog till we go to bed?
Yeah.
I've never experienced that, but to Al's point, I will say that when we had to figure out if we were going to take Spike, that was a very split-second decision because when Aunt Fran passed, we didn't know it was going to happen. And I think if I would have been anti-doing that, although Spike was a real pill when he came with us, if I would have said no, I think that probably would have changed the course of everything for us. I think it was that important to him.
Wow.
Although I didn't realize it at the time, I just thought it was the right thing to do.
Right.
So I do think that it holds a different
And you guys
place.
are already married at that point. I'm talking about like you guys are stepping together, starting a relationship. I think a lot of relationships aren't going to get off off the ground.
Okay. You think you need to talk about it, is what you're saying? Because I think a lot of relationships, it works too. Put the pig in the bed, put the dog in the bed. I smell my dog's feet at night. I love.
Okay, Sam.
You know, there's no way she made that up. Look at Jeff's face.
That's why we sit far apart. She's on that side.
All right, we're going to talk about Travis and Jason Kelce's Christmas song. We heard yesterday a shot to #1 on the iTunes charts. Travis lent his vocals to the song Fairy Tale of Philadelphia for the annual Christmas album Jason puts together with his fellow Eagle players. Not only is Travis venturing into music, but now it looks like Taylor will be bringing her parents to watch Travis play football this Sunday. Andrea and Scott Swift have been by their daughter's side during her Eras tour. Now it looks like they will also be meeting Travis's parents, Donna and Ed Kelce. How important is it to y'all to meet your significant other's parents? And is it ever too soon?
Yes. I was going to ask you guys, when you're talking about getting the parents together, are you really having a deeper conversation? Because you both know what that means.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. When you meet Jackie and you meet Roosevelt, it's different.
What does it take,
This is
though?
serious.
Did you have kind of like a rubric, like I will introduce said partner to my dad when I feel this way?
With Anthony, we did a make or break tour. I actually took him to my brother's wedding, which was a big step.
How long into the relationship?
That was a couple of months, maybe, into the relationship.
But you must have known.
I did, and we went from my brother's wedding to his parents' house in Canada. So we decided that if it didn't work out, that I would just fly back early.
And Jeff, you were on reality television. How did you do that with your parents? Were you like, so yeah, you've been watching me and Jordan.
Well, the first time they met Jordan, like she came to Chicago, it's like my parents were like, I already know you because I watch you for 3 months and vice versa. So that was kind of easier to break the ice like that. But I do want to get back to the game that's taking place on Sunday.
I know we've all forgotten about football.
I haven't, because it's a Super Bowl rematch. The Kelce brothers are actually playing each other, if you remember. I love the love. I think it's a big step in the relationship that the parents are meeting. But I saw something on Instagram this morning, and it made me think if Al could talk from the inside. We all have Morgan Freeman's voice inside us, right? But this one's specifically designed for Al. Let's check out this video.
What are you thinking, Morgan Freeman, about this?
I don't think about them at all.
I love the way you delivered that iconic Morgan Freeman voice.
All you care about is the touchdowns and wins.
Yeah, you're winning.
You could definitely tell that he was like, as he was saying it, he was analyzing, is this a trick question? Because he really had never thought about it. He was like, what? Yeah, well, let's talk about the game. And I think weirdly, Morgan was talking a lot like Donna Kelce, because Donna seemed Donna, especially at the beginning, she was like, I'm here to watch my boys play. I know you're famous, but you're blocking my view. So now it's kind of become more serious.
How do you think that's going to go up? Because the brothers are both playing, right? Each other. And then the distraction of Taylor's parents.
She's like, I can't right now.
Hey, hold off, man. Shake it off over there, because I'm watching my kids.